All right, blended seniors, your study of your 3 fairy tales should be done, which means that you have 3 different versions of one fairy tale that you have looked at closely, and that might be watched or it might be read depending on which ones you chose. Now, here is your assignment for quarter 2. There are 2 different options, and you only have to choose one. The first option is that you will write an academic essay that analyzes the similarities and differences between those 3 versions. How are they similar? How are they different? Don't just do one or the other, do both. How do these differences affect the story and characters? That's going to be the tricky part, and don't forget to do it. I don't want a basic level, here's the differences and here's what's the same. I want you to go the step further and tell me, how does that actually affect anything in the story? How does that make it different, or the characters change, or what happens next is affected by this? I'm looking for 750 words, which is close to 3 pages, double spaced. You're going to cite your sources, and I don't really mind if you use MLA or APA, but you do need to be consistent. I am going to encourage you that if you feel like you're going to college, to probably do this option, because this kind of academic essay writing is going to be a really good resource for you. I would also encourage you to look at the kind of citing that is done in your career path. MLA tends to be more for liberal arts. APA does tend to be more for the sciences. So if you know you're going in a science field, this would be a great opportunity to get better at APA and have some practice in that. If you're not sure which field you're going to, I would say just do MLA, because if you get really good at doing one of them, it is easier to transfer and figure out how to do APA. Also, for option B, you can choose to create a fairy tale version of your own. This is probably best done as either a short story, or you could choose to do a picture book, but then I would expect full color illustrations. If you're really ambitious, you might write a script and then have some friends of yours act it out. It kind of depends on where your strengths lie and your interests. At the conference, you're going to have to be prepared to explain how your differences affect the story and how you change things from the versions that you read. So instead of writing out that thinking, you're going to have to explain it in person. For both of these options, I need the final products attached to Classroom 24 hours before the conference that you sign up for in November. The reason that I'm having it set up this way is because we are going to end up running into Christmas break, and I want to make sure that this big project gets done before Christmas break, which means that instead of just saying, hey, it's due at the end of the quarter, I want to see it at the conference in November as well done as it can be, and that way you'll still have time to revise before the second week of December, when we have our final conference. So have it 24 hours in advance, because if I need to look over it for the very first time in that conference, we're not going to be able to get done everything that we need to. So 24 hours in advance, have it attached to Classroom, whichever option you choose, and then that way I can look over it the night before the conference and come to the conference prepared to talk to you about what we need to. If you have any questions, please email me. One good skill is identifying what tools you need to accomplish a task and then asking for those tools or help using them. That's a skill that you can carry forward in the job, in the internships you have, and whatever career path you take after this and in college. I can't wait to see what you come up with.